Sometimes the most interesting releases do not begin with a loud launch, but with the gradual appearance of details that add up to the overall picture. Seedance 2.0 looks exactly like this right now. The tool is not yet publicly available, but from the demonstrations and discussions, it is already possible to understand why so much attention is focused on it. This is not a final review or instruction, but an attempt to figure out exactly what people saw in the early materials and why expectations are so high. If you look at the project page that is currently on the screen, you can immediately catch the mood of the presentation. There are no long technical descriptions, just the name Seedance 2.0, a message about the imminent launch, and a mention of early access. The main focus is on the idea of the next level of AI video and storytelling. This is an important detail, because video generation is gradually moving beyond short experiments and is starting to move towards creating full-fledged scenes. When the official teaser is shown, it becomes clearer what exactly it is about. Even short fragments give you a sense of the direction of development. The camera moves smoothly and predictably, the scenes look more voluminous, and the characters behave more naturally. There is no sense of sudden transitions or random animations. It looks like the scene was first conceived and then generated. It's a subtle difference, but it gives the impression of a more mature technology. Interestingly, people who discuss demonstrations have similar thoughts. The comments most often talk about three things: movement, characters, and the coherence of scenes. Many people point out that these elements have been the most difficult for generative video for a long time. When the character changes from frame to frame, or the movement looks unnatural, the scene immediately loses its verisimilitude. Therefore, any signs of improvement in these areas are of particular interest. Now you can see several examples of the generation on the screen. They differ in style, but in each video you can feel the attention to movement and composition. The camera can smoothly circle the character, change the angle, or follow the action. Light and environment work together to create an atmosphere. It already looks like small staged scenes and not just animated images. It is especially noticeable how the system works with the characters. When turning and moving, the details of the face, clothing, and shape are preserved. The character remains recognizable even when the scene becomes dynamic. This makes the video more complete. When the eye doesn't cling to mistakes, attention shifts to the story itself inside the frame. In some scenes, you can see the interaction between objects and space. There is depth, movement in different layers of the frame, and the feeling of a real camera. Such small things create cinematography, even if the video lasts only a few seconds. It is from these details that the feeling of technological progress is formed. Assuming that the examples shown really reflect the capabilities of Seedance 2.0, we can talk about a significant step forward for generative video. Especially in the area of movement, character consistency, and visual logic of the scene. The generation starts to look less random and more manageable. The Higgsfield video creation interface is now open on the screen. Here you can see where the generation process itself takes place. In general terms, everything looks quite clear. First, the source materials are added, then a text description is set, after which the system creates a video. This approach makes working with AI closer to the usual creative process, where the tool helps to realize an idea, rather than complicating it. Based on the demonstrations, it can be assumed that the system is moving towards multimodal generation. This means that images, video clips, audio, and text descriptions can be used in a single project. It is also expected to generate video along with audio and the ability to edit scenes through prompter. Separately, attention is paid to the speed and quality of the final image. Another important point is complex movements and sequential scenes. The examples shown show that the system is trying to work not only with one frame, but also with several related episodes. This creates the basis for multi-shot storytelling, where individual scenes add up to one story. This is a particularly important development area for generative video. For creators, this can mean a noticeable simplification of content production. When the tool is able to save characters, control movement, and combine scenes, it becomes possible to turn ideas into finished videos faster. This does not replace creativity, but on the contrary, it gives more space for experimentation and search for visual solutions. If you look at the situation more broadly, it becomes clear why Seedance 2.0 is being discussed even before the release. Generative video develops very quickly, and every improvement in movement and scenes immediately changes the perception of technology. When the demonstrations start to look closer to the actual shooting, interest naturally arises. At the same time, it is important to remember that all we are seeing now are early demonstrations and expectations based on public materials. The final features of the tool will become clear only after launch, but it is already clear that Seedance 2.0 is perceived as a possible next step in the development of AI video. The transition from individual generations to the creation of coherent visual stories. And that's what makes waiting for the release so exciting.